Hi, and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. I've got a little bit of advice from the Bible to talk about this week. One of Jesus' disciples was a man called James. Sometime after Jesus had gone back to heaven, James wrote what I guess today we might call an open letter, and he wrote it to the whole nation of Israel. It would have been read to anyone who wanted to hear its contents. And a little way into this letter, James gives some advice about what we say. In the language he used, he talked about our tongue. He described our tongue as very small, but hugely impactful. He likened it to the bit in a horse's mouth, very small, yet it directs the horse where to go when you pull on the reins. Or the rudder of a huge ship. It's very small compared with the size of the ship, and yet it turns the whole vessel and sets its direction. He said that what we say can be like a tiny spark, and yet the tiniest spark at the wrong time in the wrong place can start a huge, wild forest fire that can be completely disastrous. So I thought it would be a bit different this week to think about what we say. How do we choose our words? Are we careful, or do we put our foot in it? We've got stories of other of Jesus' disciples. There's a guy called Peter who from time to time did speak without thinking. Some of those times he even earned a telling off from Jesus. I don't know about you, but I've certainly managed to say the wrong thing before. Sometimes because I wasn't thinking. Sometimes because there was something about the situation I was in that I didn't realise or understand. Whatever the reason, you can end up in a lot of trouble if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. Yes, some of them are obvious. You don't joke about a bomb when you're travelling through an airport. But sometimes it's less obvious. You could just be commenting or gossiping about someone just as they turn the corner and overhear what you say. And those things can sometimes have a much longer standing effect. Maybe in a moment you break the trust of a friend and you're never able to rebuild that relationship to what it was. The thing is that once you say something, you can't change it. It's out there. You can't take it back. Not completely, because people can't unhear what you said. And I suppose in this day and age it goes further. We've got all these social media apps, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, Snapchat, whatever you might use. If you write something and post it, people find there's a psychological safety because you don't have to see the impact it has on people. But once those words are out there, you can't always delete them. They live on and they impact people. So I guess this week I want to encourage you to think about what you say, whether out loud or online. It can be good to take a moment to think before speaking or pressing send. If I'm replying to something on an email that made me cross, then I find the best thing to do is not send it until I've properly calmed down, I've thought a bit more objectively about what I want to say, and then carefully craft my words to be helpful rather than destructive. Face to face, sometimes it's worth just taking a pause before replying. Try and put yourself in the other person's position maybe. How will what I'm about to say make them feel? If we all speak and communicate a little more positively, then maybe we'll get more positive responses back. And we build each other up and make each other feel better. I guess that's the kind of world I'm more interested in living in. God bless you. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.